I'm sure many of you guys have stories about things that just don't make sense in your lives, events that seem to go against everything you know about the world. These stories are exactly that, from real people on Reddit, and it's time we jump right into them. My name is Danny Burke, and this is the top 10 scary stories that will make you question reality. Starting off number 10 now, we have Leave. This one comes from a Reddit user who owes his life to a stranger or some supernatural force. See what you guys think. They say, I was stationed in Seoul, South Korea several years ago. I was taking a shower in my room, and when I got out, the word leave was written in small letters in the font on the bathroom mirror. I don't have a roommate because we get our own private rooms there. A little freaked out, I decided to do exactly that. I left. I went off for some Korean barbecue and wandered the city a bit. I came back a couple of hours later to find the barracks were evacuated and half burned to the ground. The fire was pinpointed to faulty electrical wiring that caught some insulation on fire inside the walls. Someone or something knew what was going to happen, and to this day, whatever that something was, it didn't want me in the middle of it. I gladly thank who or whatever it is if they give me the chance, but it's been years and I still have no idea. Moving on to number 9 now, we have The Figure. When you're a kid and you get creeped out at night, your parents may tell you it's just your imagination. What if you found out that you were right the whole time? Reddit user Miss Awesomeness said, when I was a kid between 8 or 9, I used to wake up every night to headlights coming through my bedroom window. The lights would then stop and turn off, not as if a car drove by, but as if they were turned off. Then the long shadows of a man, as if he were looking through my window, would pass by and stop right in front of the window. I would lay really still and pretend nothing happened every night for months. Eventually, I convinced myself it was my imagination. Now that I think back, it stopped when my stepdad moved in, but I was convinced it wasn't real. Across the street lived my best friend, whose mom was also single, and she refused to sleep in her bedroom. Her window faced my window. She told me years later
Sorry
it
if
was
I'm
because
noisy,
every
guys. I
night
just
a man
wanted to
would
get
park
this
on
out
her
with
side
this
yard and walk
because
over to my
it's
yard. The long shadows were from the light in her yard. Eventually decided it was my
most
dad checking in
amazing
on us.
top 10.
Never told me until I was a teenager. It wasn't my dad. I know that because I asked him. So I thought I was crazy and hallucinating for years, or perhaps I wasn't, and two kids were having odd dreams at the same time every night. Coming out of number 8 now, we have The Room. This one comes from a Reddit user who said, I work in hospice. I spend a lot of time around dying people. About a month and a half ago, one of my longer term clients was actively passing. Now that can involve hallucinating, seeing and talking to people who aren't actually there. It happens a lot. There's nothing wrong with it. It's the dying person's brain trying to grasp with their new reality. So I work overnights. My client was wide awake, talking to people who were in the room with her, but who weren't in the room with me, which was fine. I'm okay with that. Until she started describing people I knew who had passed. I almost quit my job that night and told myself I wouldn't return to her. Most of the rest of her hospice care team started quitting in the next few days, and I ended up staying with her until the very end. That one weird night was the only time she was talking to my dead family members. I'm still kind of messed up over it. Next up, number 7 now, we have The Creature. Do you guys believe in Bigfoot? We've talked about that a lot in urban legend videos. Is this story related to that? Reddit user The Glitter Band said, I get insomnia. It was one of those nights and I was sitting out on my back porch at about 4 a.m. smoking a cigarette. It was one of these eerie nights where there is absolutely no breeze and it's just completely quiet out. We have woods behind our house, and as I was sitting there, I see this person making his way through the canopy of the trees, like jumping from tree to tree, 30 or 40 feet up in the air. I was absolutely stunned and just sat there, dumbly too afraid and confused to even get up and run inside the house. This person
I
or
did
thing
heard
or whatever it
something
was stopped
then,
directly
but
behind
I
my
don't
house
know.
and looked at me. At this point, it's about 50 feet away and maybe 40 feet up in the air. It pauses for about 5 seconds, staring in my direction. I'm absolutely certain that it wasn't an animal. Its body was human-shaped, and it definitely wasn't a raccoon, bear, or any of the other things people might have suggested it was. But the way it was moving through the trees definitely was not human. No human, I don't care how fit they are, could move like that. It was too dark to make out that much detail of it. face, clothing, or anything like that. After about 5 seconds of looking at me, it turns away and takes off the same way it had been going before, just leaping from tree to tree at a fast pace. Within a few more seconds, it was out of sight. Moving on to number 6 now, we have true or false. This one comes from Reddit user The Ambush Bug. I'm going to jump right into it and we'll discuss it after. They said, in 4th or 5th grade, we stopped all of our classes for the day. 2 people came into our classroom, a man and a woman, and they didn't say why they were there or where they had come from. They handed out questionnaire booklets that seemed like standardized tests, except for the questions within them. 50 or so questions, all of them true or false format, but with really, really weird content. Some that I can remember were true or false, worms talk to trucks, and true or false, apples are blue. We all answered them while looking really confused, and our teachers were silent the entire time. The next day, nobody said a word about the test. I remember asking people what they were, but nobody could recall where the people were from. We never saw them again, and no faculty at the school ever once mentioned the test.
It's okay.
Next year, and had never
We're doing
before.
our
They still have
acting
no clue what they wanted
studies.
from us. All right, what is going on there, guys? That's
It's probably that. Yes. It's probably a little bit long, but you can watch my YouTube videos though.
I can watch my phone.
Reddit user Evangelina1021 said,
my back.
this and do not have an
Bye bye.
When I was about 4 or 5 years old,